Yes, sir, we need your name, rank, and social.
Okay, it's Captain John Heroux, Heroux.
Thank you. Ready to go?
Ready to go.
Data station? Data station's ready. Operator? Operator's ready. Medical? Medical's ready. Final ready, please?
I'm ready.
As far as my wanting to fly, one of the things that really shaped that was my physics instructor in high school had a small plane. Myself and a couple of other youngsters in our class, had aspirations to be pilots, and he took us all out flying, which was an awesome experience at that age to get your hands on the controls of an airplane. It made an impact. So I decided that I wanted to join the Air Force to become a pilot, and a fighter pilot specifically. That was my goal.
Try to focus on that red light.
Now.
Okay, push them back out. Block it off, don't make any noise. 1, 2, 3, out and in.
I think it would be difficult to simply, with words, describe the experience of being a fighter pilot. The first time you do it, it's, baby steps. You're set in a cockpit that might be the glider, and there's not that many instruments. There's no engine, and so you're in a closed environment. Later on, then you're in, a powered aircraft, and it's one step up from that, and then you're in a jet aircraft, and it's up from that, and then you fly formation, and it's another building block. Whether that other airplane is someone in your squadron, or if it's an enemy aircraft later on, you've been there. You're still in that same cockpit. You're in the same environment. All the emotion and the fear basically didn't have room in the cockpit. If you thought about it, it was usually after or before, not during.
Just 2 hours ago, Allied air forces began an attack on military targets in Iraq and Kuwait.
Saddam Hussein and the Iraqis had a 1 million-man army. They had more fighters in the region than we had. So the outcome was certainly far less than certain going into that conflict. The first missions were actually going deep into Iraq, and they built packages of airplanes. I was a part of a 40-ship F-16, so 40 F-16s, along with several other support airplanes. We were going after large targets. I believe the first target was a artillery factory outside of Baghdad, but deep into Iraq.
2, 1, impact. Boom! There's a hit.
Certainly, there could have been an impact of life on the ground. I mean, that's, unfortunately part of the reality of the war. If people were proud, they were proud of doing their mission and serving their country, not necessarily proud of any destruction that they may have caused or loss of life they may have been responsible for.
306 ball 4.0.
During the mission, I never really felt fear or stress. The environment, as far as the F-16 that you're flying, felt the same. You're not hearing bombs going off. You're not hearing bullets fly by. Unless you were directly threatened by, stuff coming right by, it really felt the same. And so if stress got you at all, it was generally in reflection. Now, there were people that, had difficult time sleeping at night. After coming back and after landing and having dinner, or maybe just laying down on your cot to sleep, that was more of where the reflection came of, hey, fairly close call today, or it was a lot more active than typical days. And I suspect that's why some of the people, had a little bit of trouble sleeping. Everybody really, it's, the hierarchy of needs, so your own survival is pretty much up there. And so when that gets threatened, I think that's takes first place in your mind.
As Commander-in-Chief, I can report to you our armed forces fought with honor and valor. And as President, I can report to the nation, aggression is defeated, the war is over.
After the Gulf War, much different than Vietnam, the country really received the military coming back from that war with pride and enthusiasm and appreciation for what they did. And They didn't do that for this country directly. They did it for a foreign country. Had nothing to do with us, except for the oil, probably. Unlike Vietnam, you know, the country was behind it, and you felt that support. My military experiences certainly have carried with me and helped make me who I am. The experiences that I had in the military and in war specifically bring the level of stress in everyday environment way down. Now, as a commercial pilot, the things that passengers might see as high threat, you know, poor weather, turbulent air, maybe the occasional aircraft system that doesn't work, really doesn't raise the stress level of the average military pilot because they've been through much more.